Welcome to Coach's Corner, Cavs fans, and thanks for joining me on this Tuesday night as we join every Tuesday night here this year. Looking forward to the challenge, Marion local home 7:30 this Friday night, and a recap of St. Henry from last week. Real quick update on Shane. Shane has come back to school, so that's a good sign. Not quite full time yet, but he comes in couple times a week. I think it was in Friday last week and a couple times this week, and so hopefully that will continue. He continues his rehab and trying to get those legs back to so that he can walk hopefully eventually, and our thoughts and prayers are certainly with Shane. And once again, appreciate all the support that's been given to Shane and his family in his recovery. So let's go back to last week, week 9 versus St. Henry. Unfortunately, the score was 28-10 in really a hard-fought ball game. The score probably doesn't indicate how close the game was, and really the difference in our last two ball games, to be honest with you, is turnovers. I think we are -7 on turnover plus and minus these last two games, and last week a couple unfortunate just some plays and things that really didn't go our way. Some of them our fault and in our control, and some of them, couple bad things happened that they took advantage of. For an example, we had St. Henry right at the end of the half. We're winning 10-7, and it was fourth and 4, I think, 3 or 4 at about the 50, and we felt like they were going to decide to try to get us to jump off sides and then punt it, and we did jump off sides. So they scored on that drive, which made it 14-10 at half, and then we came out the second half and had a couple decent drives. Didn't score the first one, but we held them 3 and out. And unfortunately, when they punted it, we talk to the players every game. When it's a short punt, find the ball and run away from it. And well, one of our players was running away from the ball, and it happened to hit him in the leg. And so they scored on that drive, and so two unfortunate things happened on 2 fourth down plays that instead of us having the ball, they had the ball, and they scored both of those. So kudos to them for scoring. And then unfortunately we fumbled on the 3-yard line going in to make it a 21-17 or 18 game. So that kind of put a damper on things, and certainly credit goes to St. Henry. They played well. They did not turn the ball over. Their tailback is a good, big, strong kid who had 200, close to 200 yards rushing and three touchdowns, maybe even 4. So that's tough. That's tough for our guys, for our seniors that felt like, they let the Cav shield or the Cav pride and those 22 straight games. That stings. That stings when you're the senior class that ends up that streak. That streak stops. But we got to move on. We got to move on, and there's a good chance we will play St. Henry in the playoffs again at some point. So we'll see how that goes. So again, hats off to St. Henry, but looking forward to the challenge and maybe playing them again. Looking on to Marion local, certainly, and as everyone knows, or anybody who follows us, that this has been a really, really good, respectful rivalry these last 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, I guess, back and forth, and over the years, it's been a heck of a matchup, and especially really these last 15 years, it's been a heck of a battle. And so, as you know, it has playoff implications on who's going to get seated where and how that happens. Marion local comes in with I think an offense that has 10 out of 11 senior starters on offense, and several skill guys that have played, started 2-3 years. So very, very solid on offense. They have a good mixture of run pass, even though statistically they run more. If they need to, they can throw it with some good receivers, some good backs, and a good quarterback and an O-line. Probably not as stout as last year, but play physical and do a really good job. Defensively, it's the same style Marion defense, and again, maybe not quite as stout as last year with a few of the guys, but still playing really, really well. They're coming in at 9-0. They're feeling good. Fortunately, it's at home. They're going to have to come to us. 50-50 will probably be 10, 12. I don't know how many thousands of dollars. But so there's a lot of things surrounding that games that just makes it exciting. It makes it a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I wish it was for the league title, but it's not. So we're looking to get a good seed. If we can beat Marion, we'll have obviously a higher seed, and that may help us down the road. And if Marion happens to win, well, then we'll take the 4 seed and I guess probably play St. Henry at home the next week, the way it's calculated right now. So looking forward to the challenge with Marion Friday night at 7:30 at Cavalier Stadium. So senior spotlight. Brett Butler, number 76, Braden Obringer, 50, and number 46, Matt Kunk. Obviously seniors. Brett and Obi are similar types of guys, O and D linemen. Unfortunately, I guess for them, they've had several injuries over the years. Obi's had, I think, both knees scoped, and Brett's had a shoulder injury and a neck injury and some knee problems. So unfortunately for them, it probably has hindered, especially with those knees, has really taken away from their mobility and over the last couple of years, really preventing them from being physically at their best and a good shot at playing a lot. So feel bad for them. Respectful guys have always showed good respect for me and really helped us out on the scout teams. And Obi started some last year and really coming into the season was our starting right tackle, and those injuries have kind of held him back. But they've been good with that situation and hanging in there and helping us out scout team. Matt Kunk, number 46, has been a defensive end for us this year and on all the special teams. He's about a half-time starter and player and played quite a bit early these last few weeks. Last week he played quite a bit along with his special teams. Again, Matt is an undersized defensive end, so these last few games when we've played these big physical teams, we've gone to maybe some bigger kids in those spots, and we'll see how it goes this week. But again, Matt plays hard for us and does a good job with the special teams. So those are our 3 senior spotlights, and wish them well as hopefully it's, I guess, 6 more weeks as they move on into the real world, so to speak, and going off to either school or working or whatever they choose to do. So Brett Butler, Braden Obringer, and Matt Kunk, senior spotlight. So looking forward for everyone coming out Friday night, and looking forward to a exciting, fun ball game, and hopefully the Cavaliers can get back on track before the playoffs and come out of there with the win.